Rose Wars. It is 1483 and the War of the Roses rages on. Edward IV has just died and his 13-year-old son is to be king. He is moving from Ludlow Castle to be crowned with Uncle Rivers, but is intercepted by his evil, power-hungry Uncle Richard, Duke of Gloucester. Richard puts Rivers in jail. He does all this because he doesn't think the prince should be king and that he should rule the country himself.
But with Prince Edward gone, there is still his brother Richard to rule, and the Queen has fled to a sanctuary with her remaining children, where evil Dicky can't get them. So Richard sends the Archbishop of Canterbury to convince the Queen that her boy will be in safe hands, and so the nervous Queen hands over the young prince, and evil Richard locks the boys in the Tower of London. They were never seen again.
Happened to those princes? Do you know, Nev?
Excuse me, I don't know.
Neither do I.
I was an English knight who fought for the House of York on many occasions. As I was a knight, I may well have been paid to murder the princes by the House of York. Later on, in 1502, while under the effects of the rack, I confessed to murdering the princes. However, I did not give any information as to the date of their death, the location of their bodies, or how they were killed. Also, as this information was extracted from me under torture, it may well be a lie. I therefore could have easily snuck into the tower and quickly stabbed the princes to death. I then could have burned the bodies to hide the evidence.
And then the wolf went, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." And then little piggy went,
No, you won't, because I'll kill you.
Are you all right? Richard III, and I would have wanted the princes dead so that I could claim my place on the throne. Without the princes in the way, they wouldn't be there to take it from me later on. I could have taken control of the princes as their protector, and then I could have led them to the river, and no one would be suspicious. Come on, boys, let's go for a swim in the river. You'll be safe with me.
I am Henry Tudor, and after I came to the throne, I tried to find a legal way to execute some of my rivals. I married the prince's eldest sister, Elizabeth of York, to reinforce my hold on the throne, but her right to inherit depended on both her brothers being already dead, and I wanted them dead. I could have poisoned them and got rid of the bodies elsewhere.
squashed. Oh, that's so funny. Yes, toast to the princess. Yo, I'm Henry Stafford, and I was the second Duke of Buckingham. I was also initially Richard III's right-hand man. I may be the likeliest suspect of killing the princes, because I was executed in 1483 by Richard, because I had taken it upon myself to kill Richard III's rival claimants. Or was I working on behalf of Henry Tudor? Or, as a descendant of Edward III, I may have hoped to ascend to the throne myself.
Now, all these theories are all very interesting, but I know the truth. It was I that killed those two little spoglets. I was the prince's personal tutor. I didn't mean for them to die, but I just got carried away with an extremely long maths lesson that seemed to last 3 days, by which time I'm afraid they died of boredom. I was just about to give them a white rabbit, but they were dead. Afterwards, I had to feed their bodies to Sid the Slug to hide the evidence. So here's a frisky little equation, you see, but there's a little bit of a problem with it because alpha is lurking on the bottom line and we want a value for alpha and it's got to be on the top line. So, as you know, we multiply through each animal by alpha. I know some of you have a school photograph, so you'll have to let me know when you need to go. Now we're going to have a look at some hairy equations today, so let's copy this one down. Here we are. Now you two, I think you've got to go. Plus 4 alpha equals minus 3 alpha beta. Now then, we're very near the final answer. So now look, we've got x on the bottom line for this one. Now how are we going to get x up to the top? Any ideas? In a minute, we'll go through it. In fact, one of you princes can do the answer out on the board. Now, have you got an answer yet for this one? It's a bit difficult, isn't it? Come on, wake up. You don't look very lively.
In 1674, the skeletons of 2 children were discovered under the staircase leading to the chapel during the course of renovations to the White Tower. At that time, these were believed to have been the remains of 2 princes. On the order of Charles II, the remains were reburied in Westminster Abbey. In 1933, the grave was dug up and found to contain both human and animal bones. The Queen has refused to have any DNA testing done on these bones. No one will ever know their true fate.